Now in this video I want to show you how to insert one line in our table. I mean, if I say open content as I did it before, right mouse click and then open content, we see that the table is still empty. We shall remember the column identifications: bike ID, custom ID, rent date and kilometer. I prefer to write things in lowercase. It's always displayed here in uppercase. It doesn't matter, but let's continue with the way we used it when we did the create table statement. Okay, if you work for a longer time period, you get a lot of tabs open here because each request is opening a tab. So just go there and say close all, and you have a kind of an empty screen. And then go click on bike rent and then open the SQL table. So the command for inserting works as follows, and I just show you one comment, one variant of the command. There are lots of them, but we just want to master one. We say insert, that is a keyword. You see the change of color here, and we say insert into, and then we need to state the table. So insert into bike rent. Bike rent stays in white color because that is a word that was defined by us. Insert into are words that are defined by the SQL language. So, for example, it's not a good idea to name a table insert or to name a table into. You would have here insert into, which is not really a good idea. But I'm sure you don't come to that idea. So then you open brackets and you say what columns you want to fill. So we want to fill all the columns. Okay, so the first one, this is the entry you want to see in the database table. So we say we want to define the bike ID. As next, we want to store the customer ID, then the rent date, and then the kilometers. Okay, so put all the fields of a line, of a row which you want to fill in the brackets here, and usually you will fill all of them. And then you say the keyword, the reserved word values, and then enter the values. So let me check our bike ID. I bring that here again. Our bike ID was bike 01, custom ID 01, 23rd of Feb, and then 20 kilometers. Okay, so all varchars go in brackets here, bike 01. Okay, so the first value here corresponds to the first entry here. So the second is the custom ID, that was C01. The third one is the date. Das Entleihdatum, the rent date. Now we need to enter the date in a standard format, and that is year. So that was 2020. Then the month, Feb 02, and then the day, 32. That is very important to have this format, others might fail. Then a comma, the last value was integer. We don't need that Anführungszeichen for, I don't have the English word present, for integer. So just enter the value 20 for 20 kilometers. What we learn is varchars go in single Anführungszeichen, customer IDs of this is also varchar, and also dates go in that Anführungszeichen. Let me find the term. Just one moment. Yes, I'm back. So it's a quotation mark. Varchars in quotation marks, varchar in quotation mark, date, remember the format, year, month, day, separated by this minus, also in quotation marks, integers not in quotation marks. We finish with a semicolon and say execute. Okay. Wonderful, we get a white message that means everything is okay, successfully executed in 1 millisecond. Okay, and now if we say open content, we see one row, bike 01, C01, rent date and kilometers. Okay, now as an exercise, please enter the next 4 rows. I will, or you just have to go to the video where you see all the values, or you have this video here in parallel. Okay, so that is your exercise to insert all the missing rows. Try it, and it's a good learning experience. If you want to, you can also create other tables. And I learned you saw how to delete them. You can insert things. So use your schema here just to do some trainings. You can only do this in the table space. So don't create any tables in sequences. Do it really in the table space. Okay, so bye for now.